In 1969, Apollo 11 landed on the moon. It was impossible to go to the moon in the 1960s. Many people believe space explosion was a science fiction. The battle ended the decade a man was working on the surface of the moon. Isn't it amazing that people already went to the moon 50 years ago? But why didn't anyone go to Mars? Hebrews 11:3 says, by faith that we understand that the universe was formed at God's command, so what was seen was not made of what was visible. Good morning, judges, parents, teacher, and fellow students. My name is Benjamin Park, and I'm grade 6 here at Moncton Christian Academy. Today, I'm going to talk about if it's possible to go to Mars. Some people think it is impossible to go to Mars, but NASA is planning to send people to Mars in 2033. It means it can happen in the future. Actually, Ingenuity already explored Mars without humans in 2021. They started to discover Mars 3 years ago, and finally it ended in 2024. NASA got a lot of sources from Ingenuity, but they still want to send people to Mars. This project is called SpaceX Mars Project. This project started in 2016, but some people wonder why this project is taking too long. The reason is because there are still a lot of things to do. We need to make rocket to fly 200 million kilometers. We also need food to eat, house to live in, and air to breathe. That is why we have to think about how to survive on Mars. There are 5 things that we will need to figure out. It is oxygen, food, water, power, and shelter. Oxygen is one of the most important things to survive. Actually, there is air on Mars, but Mars' atmosphere air contains over 95% of carbon dioxide and 0.13% of oxygen. That's why it's not really possible to breathe air on Mars when we need to take a fresh air from Earth. And the only way that we can breathe on Mars is by putting the air tank in a spacesuit. Next thing is food. Even now, research is being done on how to do with food, and many scientists came with the ideas to build a garden on Mars. This project is called Mars Garden Project. They test 45 plants, and they will test more plants. If you make a garden, we can get potatoes, vegetables, or fruits. Jeremiah 29:5 says, build a house and settle down, plant garden and eat what they produce. People should work hard whatever day to make the world they live in a good place. Sadly, there's no water on Mars. A lot of scientists find ice on Mars, but it is not safe to drink. And now, NASA is testing a reused water system, and it is testing in the International Space Station. Do you know that there is a sunlight on Mars? Sun is the best source to get power. It is the same thing like a solar generator on Earth, and we will also need somewhere to stay, like ISS. There are plans to make vast house like we're living, like food, water, air, or everything else. A lot of scientists are planning about future on Mars. It is very important because when Earth gets too hot or too cold and the Earth is not available to live, we will need to move to Mars. In the end, scientists are planning to make a vast house with garden, water, or electricity. This is a plan for 30 years later in 2050. People will use solar energy, reuse water, food, and vegetables from Mars Garden. Starship is a rocket that can orbit Earth, Moon, Mars, or other planets. In this year, they prepared to test Starship SN8 to target an altitude of 9 miles. And Elon Musk is planning to take 1 million people to work on his game plan in 2050 to 2060. He previously estimated that humans could land on Mars in 2029, and SpaceX is aiming for a first manned trip in 2026. But I think they will need more time. In 2030, they're planning to send boosters on trip to Mars. Would you visit Mars when it's possible to go? Today, I talk about if it's possible to go to Mars. Do you think this story will come true? Ecclesiastes 1:13 says, and I set my mind to seek and explore wisdom concerning all that has been under heaven. Exploring Mars is a fun planet because a lot of scientists are still researching to Mars to get ready to go. In my opinion, since there are many articles about traveling to Mars, and Elon Musk has clearly said that he's going to Mars, and in my lifetime, people can definitely go to Mars. Thank you for listening to my speech.